All right, guys. So welcome to this live session here with your host Dre Day FX. So as we do every weekday, we look at the Forex indices and metal markets. Hope everyone had a great day so far. So today's Friday, November 21st. So let's get it here. Let me focus on removing a few things here. All right, perfect. So let's get it here. All right, so let's look at, as always, Forex. So we just have to look to see exactly what's going on here in the markets overall. So earlier this morning, we had some British pound news, retail sales month to month. So that was negative here overall. Euro, we had French flash service PMI, German flash PMI. So we had a lot of news here around 3:30, 3:15 and 3:30. So pretty sure that the market was volatile here at that time. And I think we had some alerts here on the TV alert app. So we'll look at it here in a few seconds. And for New York, we have flash manufacturing PMI here at 945. So just be careful here, guys, if you're trading today. And we have a flash service PMI also. So we're going back to normal here in regards to the news release after that government shutdown. So we should get some awesome information here overall for the news calendar. All right, so let's close this. And we're going to be looking at the TV alert app. All right. So this is a TV alert app. So this is the app that I created here for to send you a notification here for institutional liquidity specifically. And so basically, you have at top, you have the Bloomberg and Fox Business articles here. You have a ticker here, and you have another ticker here for buys and sells for the day. Sorry about that, guys. And then you have basically today we had 6 signals here, so we're going to look at them here in a couple of seconds here. As I explained you guys, we did have some news here this morning. Everything was looking bullish here overall based off of the alerts. So so we had a sell on France 40, and then we had a buy on France 40, pretty much in the same 5 minutes difference. And then we had the buys here on France 40 again at 326. Then at 326 also German and Euro and UK 100. All right, so everything was bullish overall. So we'll see exactly if we had a continuation here in the market after those news events. So that's good. And at the bottom, you have the high impact news here for the day. So as you can see, we have a high impact news here for the PMI that I talked to you about, flash PMI. So that will be in about 22 minutes here. So this is basically the high impact news here for the day. But that's pretty much a gist of it here for the app. So pretty awesome app to use. So that's perfect on that. And then we're going to be looking at the just going to make sure that pretty sure you're gonna see a black screen right now, guys, but I'm just gonna double check something here on my end just to make sure. Oh, I didn't close that. All right, so close the alerts here. All right, perfect. So we're going to be looking at the indicators here that I created here, guys. So all the indicators that you're going to be seeing here are all my own custom indicators. So I'm just going to go into 15 here. So the first one here that we have, I'm going to go on Russell so we could see everything here. The first that I have here is the pivot high-low edge. So this is a pivot point here in the market. So you could see exactly highs, higher high, higher lows, and where market is maybe going. So right now we were going down since this point here. So that was yesterday's market open, and then price started to trade lower, and now we may start to go up. So that's good on that. So when the price goes above or below and touch those low zones here, that means that those pivot points are rated. So you know exactly that the previous lower high or higher low or higher high or lower low was rated. So pretty straightforward here to understand. All right, so then you have MTA, so multi-time frame analysis. So multi-time frame analysis here provide you with the previous days, the last 5 days here of levels, open close days, candles. So as you could see, we were trading at that point here was Sunday's open. So we went to Sunday's open and then started to break to the downside. Right now we're basically at Thursday's open range. So you see the levels here. So you could use those levels here as points of interest to take trades or to get out trades. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward on that. So now we have Nova. Nova is a trend indicator here, providing you the trend in the market. So if it's a bullish trend or bearish trend. So that will provide you with the details of that. So so you have a higher time frame here filter. So this is a 2-hour higher time frame to filter out the trade. So that at that point we were looking for sell. Right now we're still in the bearish movement here on the higher time frame, but on the lower time frame we're pushing to the upside. So that's good on that. Then we have FVG. So this is fair value gaps here. So this is a 1-hour fair value gap. So you have a big one right here, and you have a smaller one right here. So price may start to go higher eventually, maybe today or starting upcoming week to fill up that gap. So if you want to start to go lower or to push to the upside after that, they're going to be looking at those zones here specifically. And next we have POC and VWAP, point of control and value weighted average price. So basically it's provide you with the level here that price went to. So the point of control and the VWAP here from the previous day. So as you see, you can see we have a big gap between the point of control and the VWAP from the previous day because of the price action that we had yesterday. So we had a bullish momentum here, and then we violently went to the downside here to close low, close lower than yesterday's open. So Right now, we're at the point of control. We're bouncing off of it. So we may start to break out of it and start it to go up. Like I said, it could take some time to do that, but we'll wait and see. And like I said, point of control, that's pretty much the gist of it here on that. All right, perfect. So it's 9:28. So we're just gonna wait for market to open here in about 2 minutes. Just gonna start to drink my tea. I always forgot to bring my to drink my tea when I start, but let's get it here. So in more or less a minute here, we should get some signals here coming in. So so on our live, we're gonna get the signal here for US30, Nasdaq, S&P 500, uh, Russell's 2000, gold, and German 40. So those will be the signals here that we may receive on our live, but most of the signals here should be US indices specifically. So that's what we're going to look for. All right, so it's 9:30. So just going to open up my signals here. Perfect. So we're going to wait it out. So we have market open right here. So let's look at, I'm just going to go back here on US 30. There we go. And we're going to open up the what trend. I'm just going to double check the settings here just to make sure. All right. All right. So we had pivots here. So what we are looking for is, if we want to go to an uptrend, we need to look for higher lows and higher highs, right? So right now we just we're doing higher lows, right? So this low is higher than this low is higher than this low, and so on and so forth. But now we have a higher low, a lower high, right? So now we're just going to see exactly if the price wants to break below this previous low to have a continuation here to the downside to raid those lows. If we're not able to do that, that means that we're going to create a higher low again and starting to go higher. All right. So we're going to break that previous high right here. And if we do that, we need to break that previous high. And if we do that, we need to go to the next one and so on and so forth. All right. So pretty simple here if we want to go for a bullish trend. But for now, it's looking to go short right now. Usually on Fridays, I'm just looking at the market. I'm not taking any trades. I'm just also doing some tests in the background also. So So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. So today it's not going to be a long live. Just waiting for it to see exactly if we're going to get a pivot that'll be created. And if so, that means that we're going to be going to the upside. And next thing to do is really to look at the 4-hour chart and see exactly what is price action is showing you. So right now, this is the 9 o'clock 4-hour candle. So we may start to push to the upside here on the 4-hour. And remember, this 4-hour candle will close at 1. So always look at the 4-hour candle just to see exactly what to expect here in the market. And this pattern here is, I already saw that pattern here before. It should be a bullish pattern. So it may start to go down here, create a new higher low, and then start to push to the upside here. So we may have that later on, maybe in an hour or so. But we'll see exactly if that 9 o'clock candle here, how it's going to close. And around 10 or 11 o'clock, we may have a reaction here. All right, so no signals yet. It's going to go back on 15-minute chart. It's not okay. And remember, we have some news at 9:45, so we'll see exactly how that reaction will go. So the news event here is think is it the flash PMI that I spoke earlier? Let me reopen. Yeah, flash service PMI and manufacturing PMI. So that will be in about less than 7 minutes here. All right, so US30. All right, so we are at 39. All right, so it went to grab liquidity right to the top, and now it's starting to break to the downside. All right, so we're creating a small doji here right now, so we still have 3 minutes. Remember, we do have some news here at 9:45, so in less than 2 minutes.
Buy gold at price 4,007.19 on 15 minutes time frame.
We'll go by
42 minutes and 24 seconds.
So we have a buy also. gold buy and Russell buy. So US30 is going down. Let's look at the Russell buy. So Russell is currently grabbing some liquidity here at the top. You may start to continue like the Russell right now. So we'll wait and see. All right, so if we're selling, everything is good on that. All right, so US30 is going to the downside. We are still bearish here. All right, so US30 is going down. So we have a pivot that is confirmed right here. So we have the news that came out. Let me check what are the results. So flash PMI. All right, so let's go on flash. Let's go on the X factory. So flash PMI, manufacturing PMI is at 51.9. Last month was 52.5. We're expecting 52. So 51.9. So that's negative here. Flash service PMI. So 54.8. We were forecasting 54.6. We have 55 even. So that's flash service PMI was positive here. So that's perfect. So we're still going to the downside right now. We're going to rate this this pivot here. So we'll see exactly on the live what is going to happen. So this pivot is right here. Now we have a continuation here to the downside. US30, SSP 500. All right, so it's positive. So we may have a higher low that is being created here. But we'll see exactly how the market will react here off of that. So if you took that sell here, you may have, depending exactly on how you put your stop, your trailing stop, you may be out of that trade. But my point of interest right now is those lows here, to see exactly if we're going to be creating higher lows or we're going to break those lows here to the downside. If not, right now we have a higher low right here. Those lows, we have a lower high, sorry, right here. So we have a high, lower high, and now we want to see a rate to the downside here for a continuation to the downside. If we're not able to do that, we need to start rating to the upside after that. But now we could see that it seems that he wants to continue to the downside right now. All right. So nothing. Hey, Leon. Hope you have a great day. So we only have the Russell for sell and gold for sell. I'm just looking at the price action off of the um, the US30 right now. So we may start to push to the upside here. We're creating higher lows right here, and right now we have a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. So we're basically like squeeze. The market is basically squeezing. We may have a bear flag right now. A bear flag is that you have a pull and you have a consolidation here. So you have basically price going like this, and just gonna minimize that, and price going like this. All right, so this is considered as a bear flag because the flag is upside down, right? A bull flag, it would be up, bear flag will be down. So we may expect a continuation here to the downside, but to have the bear flag to be confirmed, it needs to raid those lows right here. But if it raised those highs, that flag is invalidated here. So that means that we're still pushing to the upside. So we need to break this first high right here, the second one, the third one, and then if you really want to go high and break those highs from the top, we need to go and fill that gap. We do have a fair gap right here. If you weren't there at the beginning, show you that there was a FEG at the top. Yeah, this one here. So you have a big FEG right here. So price didn't pass this FEG. So we may start to go up here. But that's pretty much what we are looking at. At the same time, we're going to yeah, there's a buy set up on the app. Yeah. Why are you putting a question if you see it? Yeah, it's a Russell buy that we have. But yeah, exactly. So we have a pivot point right here. So we have a higher low right here. So if that's the case, we need to rate this high and start rating those previous pivot points here. So everything is looking bullish here because you have a low. That was the low, higher low, higher low. We have a buy. You just have to wait. You could wait for the price to rate this previous high to confirm a continuation here to the upside. So we need to rate that high and this one, and we may start to go bullish here. We did have PMI service PMI today. It was positive, so everything is looking bullish here. No, I was analyzing US30, Leon, not Russell. Russell is a buy. So what I'm waiting for, usually Russell will provide you with the actual continuation here on the other indices here. So Russell is a buy, so we should see the same thing on US30, but sometimes it's going to take a little while. There's a delay on US30 to have that same pattern here than Russell 2000. But the pattern that I showed you, the bear flag is here. But to confirm the bear flag, we need to have the price going lower than those lows here. All right. So if not, just gonna do return. Yeah. If not, if we break the price to the upside, we're gonna invalidate that bear flag to continue to the upside. So that is US30, but Russell is provide you with the signal here for buy, but we didn't have any signal here for US30, Nasdaq, or S&P 500 yet. But Russell provide you with a buy signal here. So we may start, not may, but it seems to be going up, and we need to have that break to the upside. And if we look at the 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart is bullish here. So we rated those previous swings. So the next swing that we have is this one, and then this one after that on the 1 hour. And if we go on the 4 hour, the 4 hour candle, you see that 4 hour candle, that 1 hour, that 9 o'clock 4 hour candle, it's starting to push to the upside right now. So everything is looking bullish here on Russell. Right now, we're just waiting for US30 to do the same. And like I said, US30, most of the time, there's a quick delay off of the Russell, but within the next, I would say, tonight's 10 o'clock. So within the next hour, an hour and a half, we'll see exactly if it wants to go up or it wants to continue to the downside before going up. But this candle is a 4 hour candle, so we still have 3 hours left before that candle close. So there's a lot of time here before we have some actual confirmation here in the market. Bye. So now US30 is breaking to the downside on a 4 hour. So we seems to be going down right now. So let's go back on the fifth. No, it says 15 seconds. 15-minute. Here we go. But it's looking to go long here. So we have a pivot that was created here. So this pivot here is created above this pivot here, because if it was below, you wouldn't see that pivot at all. So this is a higher low. All right. Now we want to rate to the upside to rate that high right here, that lower high. So we'll see how it's gonna take, how many time it's gonna, what time it's gonna do that. Overall, this week was positive, so that's good. And let me know if you're in a trade right now or just looking at the market and waiting for next week. So by looking at the pattern here and the 4 hour, pretty sure it's going to be looking to go to the upside. So if we go back here on the 4 hour, right now it seems to be grabbing some liquidity here at the bottom here before shooting to the upside. Remember, we do have an imbalance here. So it seems that they went to take a lot of liquidity here at the bottom with that big move here that we had yesterday. So it may start to reverse and go up. Yeah, I think they're done going down. They're gonna start to swallow. Yeah, so bullish buy setup. So the reason that I said that it's a buy setup is because you had that big engulfing candle here. We had a breakdown to the downside. Then we had a big push to the upside. So we should have a continuation here to the upside. We do have a higher low that is confirmed right here. We have a pivot point here that just created, but we want to see that candle close higher than that pivot point to create a new pivot point to the upside. If we go on the 1 hour, like I said, we still have that bear flag, like I said. So the 1 hour here is starting to push to the upside right now. But like I said, it may fail to create a new high and start to go to the downside here. We went to take some liquidity at the top, right here on the 15. Then wait. All right, so forward. All right, so let's see. So it's still pushing here. So we are pushing here on the 15. All right, so we are. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, it seems to be pushing right now to the downside. 1 hour. Because of that wick here, we may have taken some liquidity here that was in that candle to push the price lower. But this will close in about 50 minutes here. So Silver's PMI was positive overall. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at what happened here at London this morning. We did have a lot of news this morning around 3. Yeah, so that's what I thought. So this the news event here did push the price above. So that was at 320 something. So yeah, at this point right here on this this candle, we had a buy on on German. Same thing for UK 100. We had a buy, quick scalp, so that was perfect. Euro 50, same thing. We had a buy, quick scalp, so that's perfect. And France 40, same thing. At the same time, we had buys here. So if we go back here on, I'm just gonna see exactly the time those signal came in. 9:42, 9:42, 9:28. Okay, so 9:42, 9:42. Oh no, 3:28, 3:28. Yeah, 3:28. So 3:28 was pretty much near the end of this candle here. We had a buy signal here. So if you were there for like 30 minutes, you would be in profit on most of the indices here for London. All right, so let's go back here on our US30. Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is going to the downside right now. So we're creating higher lows. Right now, we're just going to wait to see exactly if it's going to break this low here. If not, we're going to be rating this this high. It seems to be doing the same pattern on all of the indices right now. US S&P 500, same thing. We're going down, and we just got a pivot here, but that pivot may be removed because it's not fully formed. So this pivot is form confirmed, so that'll be the one that'll be validated here. So when we see a pivot here, it needs to be close. Like you need to have at least one candle close after that label. All right. So for example, we have this label on this candle here. We have that candle that closed. So on the next candle, if the pivot is still there, that means that this pivot is confirmed. So right now we have this, the label is on this candle right here. We need to wait until this candle close. And if it close and it stayed there, that means that it's a pivot that is confirmed. And as long as the price is going higher than the pivot point, that means that the pivot is still valid. So new candle just started. All right, so pivot is confirmed, and this pivot also was confirmed. So right now we have currently in an indecision state here on S&P 500. So all right, so as long as if price goes below this this pivot point, this pivot point is invalidated here. So that means that the next pivot point that is confirmed is this one. And let's say the price goes below the pivot, the label, and you start to create a new label here. So this label is that new higher low. All right, so US30 here is going up. Russell is on the upside. So we just broke that pivot that we had before. If you remember, we had a pivot right here. I could do a replay here for you guys so you could see. Start new. You see, we had a pivot point right here. And now we had a pivot point right here. So that was rated, and we rated this one. Now we have a new pivot point. So that Russell bar was good. So we should be seeing the same thing here on US30 eventually, but we may have the opposite also. Once again, guys, we have a bearish flag right here. Bearish flag, you have a pole. You have basically a sort of consolidation here with the pivot high-low edge indicator that I created. You see exactly the pivot points that you see, and that you could identify highs, higher lows, and lower highs. So we have lower highs here, high lows. Now we need to see price break to the downside here to have a continuation to the downside. If we go up and we rate those previous highs, that means that that bearish flag is invalidated here. So we should be going to the upside after that. So we had Russell for a buy. We had also, I think, gold for a buy. Did we had a gold trade? I think we got a gold signal. Yeah. So we had a gold buy at 942. So let's look at gold, and then we're gonna close out our session here, guys. And if you have anything that you want me to look at right now, you could ask them in the chat. If not, we're gonna close out the session. So we had a buy at 942. So 942 was pretty much at the end of this candle right here. And if you go back here, fortunately, I resetted the alerts here on the TValert app, but most of the alerts that we had this week for gold were pretty much accurate here. So you were able to take a buy at the end of this candle. It was at 942, and then you see the next 15-minute candle here, we pushed to the upside pretty much. So with only this candle, you should be done for the day on gold. And I could show you exactly the alert that we have received. All right, so 9:42 and 24-second AM. This is Eastern Standard Time. You see gold. You see the price that it entered and the date. So that's today's date. So everything is there. Same thing for Russell. We had a buy here at 9:42 also. And 27-second, the gold trade was at 24 seconds. So pretty much in the same minute here, we had the buy here on Russell and gold that did well here overall. All right, so US30 here is still playing with people, but as I can see, yeah, it's starting to push to the downside right now. But I think they just went to take some liquidity here at the bottom. And remember, we still have almost a little bit more than 2.5 hours here before that 4-hour candle close. So we may close the candle above that pivot point here. If that's the case, we should be to the upside here overall. So yeah, that's perfect. So anything else? No, that's pretty much it here for today, guys. I'm not going to take a lot of your time today. Like I said, Fridays, I don't take any position at all. I'm just looking at the market and see exactly what to expect and what to react here for the upcoming days and weeks. So looking at the price action here for for Monday price action overall. So now seems to be pushing here to the upside. So as long as the US30 here is below this pivot point, we're still bearish here. We have that bullish pivot point right here. So we need to create a new high low. We're not going to go straight to this point. We may start to break to the upside a little bit more, break to the downside a little bit higher, and then so on and so forth. All right. Like I said, always this pattern here. All right. So this pivot point should be lower than this pivot point. This pivot point should be higher than this pivot. This pivot point should be lower than this pivot point. All right. So the other way around, higher high, higher high, lower high. All right. So that's what we are looking at right now. So now price is pushing here on the 15. So that's what I was expecting here. So if, like I said, if it's breaking that pivot point right here, we should be going to the upside. And that's off of the 1 hour. $15. So we have that pivot point confirmed. So we have a higher low, like I said. Now we should have a continuation here to the upside. So we're just waiting for it to break this pivot. And if it does, the next pivot point is right here. And if it does, we have the next one right here. All right. And we'll go back here on the 4 hour. We see you went to grab some liquidity here. And now we're pushing to the upside. All right, guys. So let's close out here, guys. So thank you so much for being on this live. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. We're doing all of those live sessions here each and every day, Monday to Friday. Unless I have an appointment or anything like that, I will let you know. But I always put my lives here a week ahead. So over the weekend, you should see my schedule here of live sessions here that should be posted on my YouTube channel. And yeah, if you have any questions overall, just make sure to put them in the chat or in the comment section of this live. And I'll be glad to respond to your questions or anything like that. All right. So I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, a happy, wonderful weekend. And we'll be back here on Monday for another session with your host here, Dre Day FX. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.